EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. But tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Columbus Aviators taking on the Snowhawks of Anchorage. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
They're on the 27-yard line.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll go play action with Nix. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He was trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that'll make it 3rd down. When you look at this defense, this unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, oh yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
To throw, here's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Throwing Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Bombers. Captain.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Snowhawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And what a big-time play there. 42 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down. Sure didn't take this offense long to get within striking distance of the end zone. 2 plays.
Feel the energy? You can just feel it, can't you? Because they are creating it on offense, the way they're running the football. Now they've swept into the red zone. Momentum all on their side.
To the left side, he's got Royals. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Jalen Royals from 17 yards out. And the Aviators are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw is Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 32-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far? Picked off by Nate Hobbs. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. It's safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of the defense, they wanted it with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Goes right back to Smith again. When you look at this defense, they've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
Hey, 57, 57. On Sunday.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
A first down carry for Smith. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Smith trying to run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Rashard Smith, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Aviators are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21.
First down and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
He's going deep for Brown. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. And a huge play that time. 44 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Hurley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Nick's going to keep this himself. This is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 of the year. And his guys are going to take the lead. Looks good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. On play action, it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring more attention to him as well.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. Smith up the middle. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run it again with Smith. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Smith will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Rashard Smith with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Aviators are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Darius Davis on the return. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on any.
There he goes, right side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A gain of 3.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Irvin. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. That's good for 28 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Rashard Smith on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Aviators will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now he'll give it up on the reverse. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Nix to the air. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Nix. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half.
28. Snowhawks 24.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On the draw, this is Smith. And some room to work. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 89 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Caught on the slant. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal. At the
Now
2-yard
Mahomes.
line.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Noah Fant. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Aviators take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Harrison Butker is set
Now
to
after the
kick off.
touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will regular down a couple yards shy of the 30.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
At the 46-yard line.
big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Nix. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's kind of how it's gone for him so far. That was a ball they need to get back in this game. A quick strike, a big play. But he led his guy too far, and it winds up over his head.
Here's Nix. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going. It's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
2nd and 10.
Yellow. Hey, 43. Hey, 180. Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Yellow. Wait.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Aviators are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Snowhawks 24. Harrison Butker is set
Now
to
after
kick
the
off.
touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Darius Nichols on the return. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Nix. Oh, he had him. He was over. But he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Hey, motion. Chill. Captain.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Aviators get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they open the lead up now to 25.
24.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Irving. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here at the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. That interception, maybe the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation points, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Hey, yo, go gun.
They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Xavier Worthy from 6 yards away. And the Aviators start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Davis fumbles it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
And the Columbus first down.
Yellow.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Touchdown! And Xavier Worthy with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Aviators continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Harrison Butker is set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he tries to get as much as he can here while protecting the football as he dives to the ground.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Nix. Pressure comes and down he goes. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Nix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
That's good.
Nix from the shotgun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Hold on a sec. Ready. Ready. Return.
A run up the middle with Irving. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, he's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. And this is going to be intercepted. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone.
Now, loose football. this is picked up by the defense. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Irvin.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
For an Anchorage 1st down.
They'll run with Irvin.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Offense will line up.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about.
Snowhawks 32.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Set to kick off.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. This is Fant on the short completion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week, and well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here, and they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
Mahomes going to throw it here.
At the 16.
And for a right sideline is complete.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. Let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Butker on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
To throw is Nix.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Columbus, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get a